Hey guys, I'm going to show you today how to do the box art Photoshop project. And if you guys are on the website, it's under Digital Photo 1, First Few Weeks Box Art. And the idea is to create a Brady Bunch kind of style artwork where you're taking 16 different pictures and coming up with a way for the people to be interacting with one another and arranging them in Photoshop. So here's Photoshop. And if you guys go to TeacherShare, Pierce Photo, there's a box folder and it has this template in it that has everything laid out. This is 18 by 18 inches and it will allow you to drag everything over and you don't have to measure anything and just place your pieces. So once you've taken your pictures, you open it up and you can use the pen tool, which is what we've been using in class. Double check that you do not have the one on the left clicked because that'll fill in with like a black space. You want to have the paths one selected. And you come over here and you click and start adding your anchor points. The box is pretty much a square. It's a little wonky after being used a bit, I guess. So pen tool around it. Connect your last anchor to the first one. And you have to stay on the pen tool to be able to get this right click, make selection. If I accidentally went ahead and clicked to the moving tool, this is not a selection, and when I right click, I don't get anything. So to get the make selection, I'm still on the pen tool, make selection. When I ask you about this, for this one it might actually be good. You probably should have done a good job cutting out, maybe just do a 1. Hit OK. And now you have a selection made that you can move. So I'm going to scoot this over a little bit. Get the moving tool, which is the top right tool. Click on it and I move it over and I let go when I get to here. If you want to zoom in, the control to zoom in is Control plus. So I can really see and make sure I have all this lined up right. And then if you don't have this little area where you can pull on it right away, the thing you need to look to see if it's selected is Show Bounding Box. And that will allow you to go ahead and pull the transforms. If for some reason that doesn't pop up, because sometimes it doesn't, to transform your scale is under Edit, Transform Scale, and that will also give you this. So I'm going to pull these corners out and allow it to fit into that area. Get it as exact as possible. Looks pretty good. And you can double click. And eventually we will be turning off the template layer and saving that as a JPEG, so it'll have a white background in the background. Let's say I had, cheat a little bit here real quick, and say I had a couple of different squares done. Another trick in Photoshop, just because you're eventually going to have quite a few things going on, is this auto select layer. If that's not clicked, I could click on this, but it stays on this layer. If I select auto select layer, if I click on this picture, it's going to jump to this layer over here. Watch layer 1. I'm going to click on this picture and it goes to that. So as you get a lot of different images going on, it's going to benefit you to have auto select layer selected. Every 2 or 3 things that you cut out, I would save this. And to do that, it's File, Save As, figure out where you're saving it to. Your final thing for this is going to be your name, so mine would be Pierce, and then Box. And right now it's going to be a Photoshop file, which is what it should be on automatically. And I hit Save. And when you get done with this, your final thing, everything looks good over here, you will turn off your background. And if you want to see what it looks like, you don't like the checker boxes, you can make a new layer and drag it to the bottom. You don't have to do this part. It will save it white automatically, but if you want to see what it looks like before you save it, I'm going to click on the paint bucket, make sure I have white as my color. I'm just going to paint bucket that whole layer white. So eventually I could see what it looks like and know exactly what it's saving as. And then you go to File, Save As, and this would be Pierce Box, but I'm going to switch this to the JPEG option. Hit Save. And go ahead and bump this up to a really large file. We want a high quality image. And make sure it's on baseline standard. And hit OK. And then, of course, you will upload this to your website. You will give it a title, box art, or if you have a better title, that'd be fine. And then also give me a brief artist statement about what you did. Talk about the process of taking the pictures and the planning and how you cut it out and arranged it. And that is it. Good luck, guys.